Yeah, it's rich in bubbly goodness.
Do you remember when you lost your passion for this work?
I invited another friend. I hope that's okay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Reina Creole, bringing you that spice to sci-fi and pop culture analysis. And welcome to the School Lunch Table, the Friday show for your Fandom Fridays, where we get together, hang out with each other, meet somebody new, and just kick back, chat, and have a good time, because the weekend is kicking off, and you know the weekend means more time to spend doing those cool geeky things that we like to do. So let me bring up my co-host, Fat Steven the Grifter.
Yes, I have taken a new occupation. I will be demanding everyone's money. I would like to take everyone's content and then restream it without talking about it. So if anyone has any videos they want me to cover in the Charlie Chaplin format with no talking, just music, my DMs are open. Hi, Lorena. Hi, chat. And hi to satire comedy.
I'm laughing because what you call grifter, we like to call hustling.
I can't hustle. I don't have a nice feathery jacket to do that yet.
You don't have like the Huggy Bear coat.
Pretty much. And when I hear hustle, I mean, like, when I hear hustler, I'm like, does that entitle running at the same time? I don't know if I can run. I don't feel like running right now. But I see you're using your Latino slant cup. That's very cool.
Yes. From Paulie's channel. Got Paulie's channel blowing up.
Oh, it is. It's very much blowing up. I'm gonna have to grift off him soon too. To everybody across the fandom.
Say, dude, send me some subs.
Yeah. Just send me. I'm actually doing pretty good. I'm 7 away from 400. It's been a steady climb over the last few days. The people lately that I've been having on the panels doing like the reactions to the cancel culture, especially in the Twitch community, like when I'm pretty much known for, it's been very beneficial because fresh eyes on a circumstance where they can see it without unbias can show the if it's a real thing or if it's a fake thing, and I appreciate that kind of honesty. And even the person who was in one of the interviews actually said they liked some of the breakdowns that people gave. He didn't like some of the jokes because it's not really for that topic, but that's how we work with the weird joke. But yeah, I'm having fun. How are you doing, by the way, with my water mouth?
I'm doing good. It's warming up a little bit more here. You know, the trees and flowers are coming up, which means I'm gonna be taking a lot of Benadryl within the next week until the end of May. But no, it's cool. It's cool. Stuff is good.
We here at the lunch table do not endorse Benadryl abuse.
No, follow the instructions on the back of the package.
Only take 6 with a bottle of vodka. Only 6. That's how it works. Hi, Kashik. I see you.
Yeah, she is. She's like, hi, friends. Hey, Kashik Queen. So good to see you, my dear. And thank you so much for being a channel member along with Theme Park Casual, which I'll get to in a minute. And I see Larry. I think he bumped up his membership level. So that's going to be cool. We're going to have a members only live stream next Wednesday. I think the poll was at 8 p.m. Eastern. So yes, we're going to be having a members only stream. It's going to be a lot of freaking fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to that. I like the member streams because it's just me and you guys, and we have an awesome time. And Amber, you did not have to do that. Thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. She says, happy Friday. Hope y'all have a great weekend. Well, Amber, I'm looking forward to having a great weekend. Fat Steven, I know you are, aren't you?
Oh, well, we got the Comic-Con tomorrow.
That's right, we do.
Yeah, we're going to be on a panel of Comic-Cons. We were invited. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Talking
I
to
did all
future
the work. I did all the work. I'm kidding. I'm literally like whispering from a foot back, like I did all the work.
But it's going to be the Gem City Con. I think Fat Steven retweeted it. I still have to retweet it, but it's going to be Saturday. Our panel starts at 2:15 p.m. So the future of the MCU. Kashyyyk Queen is going to be on the panel, as well as Ords, as well as Loki and Purple Valkyrie. So that is going to be awesome. I can't wait for that. Let's see, 18 people watching. Thank you so much. I'm going to go through the chat here to welcome folks. Wookiee in Exile. This is Wookiee Supremacy. I shared your link everywhere that I could think of. Thank you.
Wait till you read why.
If the cheer outfit is real, I'll go on a personal subscriber crusade for the channel. Wookiee, the cheerleader outfit is real, even if I have to go out and get a new one. So
I already got mine.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, it's real. That's real. It's why I up my my visits to the gym.
Wow.
Because I think I'm at what
1700.
Yeah,
17, almost 1800. Yeah, you're getting there.
Yeah.
And after then thank you, Roger, for the super sticker. But I'll put it this way: if I get to 1,000 subs, I will not show up on camera in a cheerleader outfit. How about that? So if y'all want to give me those subs, you won't have to worry about seeing my fat face.
Thank you so much, Roger Hayes, for the super sticker. And it is, of course, a thumbs up. Well, thank you so very much. I surely do appreciate that. Let's see who else is hanging out with us for lunchtime. We have Theme Park Casual says, hey kids, hey Theme Park Casual, glad you're here with us. We have Trinoculus P says, happy Friday, everyone. Well, happy Friday. We have Vassy with us. It says, happy Friday. And I love that avatar of my girl, Gina Carano, as Cara Dune. I love that. Love that. And we have Could Not Be Reached for Further Comment, who says, hello. Well, hello to you. And thanks for joining us. And Butt Crack Studios, who says hello to the lovely and beautiful Lorena. Oh, thank you so much. So much. So glad you're here. And Prismatic says hello, everyone. And we have Tape Drive Games, who says hello from GMT +4 time zone. Oh, that must mean you're on Eastern time. No. You're 4 hours ahead of GMT. Oh my gosh. So where would that be? That's interesting. Eastern is -4 GMT. So +4, where are you? Why do I want to say like near Eastern Europe?
Or Georgia.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay, cool. I wasn't that far off. Yes. Oh, the furthest of GMT that I know is, I think, was +1 GMT when I was in Germany. Oof, it took a while getting used to those freaking time changes. Let's see who else we have. Let's see. Snortopupus Cuber. Hello, humans and other critters. Well, hello, and glad you're here. And I love the polar bear nose. I love that. That's so cool. And we have Zach Morgan. Happy Friday. I just woke up, didn't realize you graduated from Hogwarts. Yes, I did. What the heck is that? I don't even know what that is. Okay, so.
wait. I have a quick announcement. Okay, Google, who is Steven Seagal? Now everyone's phone's going off.
According to Wikipedia,
not my phone. Not my phone.
Bastard, I forgot my phone.
Not phone. Let's see. Yes, actually, I graduated from Hogwarts by going to Universal Studios out in Orlando, Florida. So I got my wand, which is still in its box. I have to get the wand done. I have my wand. I've got my Slytherin scarf. I've got my Slytherin mug. And but I don't have my Slytherin Quidditch team jersey yet. I'm getting that on in my next visit. So yeah, I love that. The Hogwarts alumni swag is probably one of the coolest swag pieces to get at Universal Orlando. So yeah, I love that. Let's see, Cavateño Calvary Trooper Chase says breakfast time for me. Well, glad you're enjoying breakfast. And Cali Dude 80 said, what it do, y'all? What it do? Well, it do good, and glad you're here. I think you're a couple of new people showing up to the lunch table. Always glad to have new people. So welcome.
I don't know what Shay is saying. I hope he's not swearing at me.
You might not want to repeat that.
I know what I know what the first 4 letters of the first word is. I'm not an idiot.
Oh God, no! I'm laughing because so many bad Spanish words I learned from watching Narcos on Netflix.
I learned most of them from people on the internet. What are you talking about?
Well,
Hey,
both,
Eddie.
but I blame Narcos. Hey, Jock Nerdy for $5 super chat. Thank you. Says,
Bunny. Sorry.
oh.
She's in the
Hey
chat.
girl,
Sorry,
I
got
get to you in a
excited.
minute. I don't blame you. I ain't mad at you. This reminds me of sitting at the lunch table in elementary school with my Ninja Turtles lunchbox. Was it plastic or was it stainless steel? Not stainless steel, but yeah, was the steel lunchbox? Yeah, everybody had cool. Everyone wanted to
thank
have that
you.
cool lunchbox.
Yeah, RC, thank you for the $4 red juice sticker.
Let's see. Yeah, the little green guy. He's knocking back that is it coffee, Kool-Aid? I don't know, but dude, I love it. I love it because I love the little teal guy. So thank you so much, my Dominican King, for the $4 super sticker and for supporting my channel. I so appreciate that. Let's see who else we have. Parrot Head is here. Oh my gosh, 31 of you guys, 30 of you guys here. Welcome, Parrot Head. Sends me those cool Florida man memes. Zach Morgan says, LOL, I guess in response to somebody. Yeti Cast says, hello, everyone. Well, hello to you, Yeti Cast. Good seeing you. And Jedi Bunny says, hello. So good to see you, Jedi Bunny. And Jedi Bunny is actually going to be a guest on the show next month. So definitely looking forward to that. Oh man, a Slytherin hiss, got to watch out for this. Yeah. They're always wary of us Slytherins out at Universal. It's hilarious. It's like Hufflepuff, hey, Gryffindor, love it. Ravenclaw, woo, Slytherin. People start to look around. It's fun though. She says, I used to have a vintage tin, the Monkeys lunchbox from the 60s. I was a weird kid. LOL. That's okay, Jedi Bunny. A lot of us were weird. I had a Scooby-Doo one. I love my Scooby-Doo lunchbox. My Scooby-Doo lunchbox was cool. I thought it was pretty cool. Then you had the people who had the Star Wars lunchboxes and everybody was hating. Well, folks, we have 30 people here in the chat. Our guests have not shown up, so I hope they're okay. But in the meantime, we're gonna keep on moving. So, how many of you folks have seen Falcon and the Winter Soldier over on Disney Plus yet?
I watched it this morning.
Lunch with Lorena. Hey, Red Rooster. And Mr. Cactus says, hello, friends. So, guys, don't worry. We're not doing spoilers for Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
No,
just to let you know, so you guys can relax.
It is definitely worth the watch.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised because the trailer, which I did review the trailer, I wasn't impressed with it. It seemed like they were trying to do Lethal Weapon and failing.
Yeah.
And it just left such a bad freaking taste in my. It was just like it just didn't fit with the material, because the Winter Soldier, he's a freaking former assassin. I couldn't see that working. But seeing the show, and it did take me about a good 2 minutes because I had to shake off that trailer that I saw till I got into the story, and it was done very well. I was pleasantly surprised.
Me too. I thought the way the show went, the delivery was awesome. It literally is a 49-minute episode. I think they're all an hour long, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But the way they did it, it didn't feel like an hour. Like, the difference between this and WandaVision is not just the time length, it's how they were delivering the story, the characters, introducing the family. It was really well done. The way they did the Bucky intro, the way they did the Falcon intro, it was great. And the imagery in the trailer compared to the first episode really is not delivered properly. That trailer is embarrassing to the first episode. It is embarrassing. It's very embarrassing.
Honestly, whoever edited that trailer needs to be freaking fired because it turned off a lot of folks. It's just like, what the frick is that? Oh, I forgot about the A-Team lunchbox. Wow, that was another good one. A-Team lunchbox. Blue Falcon. Was mine orange? It might have been. It's been a while. For some reason, I think it was yellow. I think mine was yellow. Time flew in the episode, especially after the action-packed intro. Yes. Yeah, it really did. It didn't I didn't find myself checking my watch a whole lot like I did with the I want to say starting with the third episode of WandaVision. With this one there was so much going on, and it was explained very well. It was explained very well. So I didn't find myself checking my watch to see if the episode was over. I was just into watching, what was next. So I felt Sam was introduced very well.
Mm-hmm.
As was Bucky. I really did. There was a moment where something happened and I'm like, okay, I'm hooked into the show now. The pretense is gone. I'm hooked into the show. I'm not spoiling it at all. I'm just gonna say when it comes to him, when that moment happens, I think that's when you get truly, truly invested. But that's just me.
I agree. This is the weird. I've never had our guests so late before. This is so weird. It's like weird. I'm sorry. I think they didn't sleep long enough last night.
Yeah,
I'm yelling at them. They're late in the DMs right now.
No worries, no worries. Back to work for me. Have a great stream, friends. Thank you so much, Amber. Thanks for dropping it in the super chat. Love you guys. Fireball XL5 lunchbox, but I didn't say that. No worries. They have definitely humanized the heroes. I hope the quality continues with the season. I hope so too. Fat Steven, do you remember do you know who the showrunners are for this one?
The showrunners?
Yeah,
What do
offhand.
you, Falcon and Winter Soldier?
No, oh no, I mean like the writer. When I say showrunner, I mean
Oh,
maybe the guy called it. I was just curious because I do know, and I think I brought this up on another stream, that their production got pushed back. And I think one of the reasons that WandaVision exploded in a ball of fire was because they had to rush it so much and they didn't have their crack team working on the writing for
supposedly it
that.
was created by Malcolm Spellman, and I think Kevin Feige had a huge hand in this as well. It's only supposed to be 6 episodes.
Only supposed to be 6? Okay.
Yeah, only 6. It ends in April 23rd, so we're going to get 6 hours of this show. So it's going to be...
I like that.
Interesting, yeah.
Y'all too highfalutin. I had a brown paper bag. That was me in high school. I had a brown paper bag. Of course, now they don't have the brown paper bag. They have the Velcro material and stuff in it. Thank you, Phil. TMNT says, hi, Lorena, looking exceptionally beautiful as always. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, if you're saying, and it makes sense that Kevin Feige had more of a hands-on approach to this one, because with WandaVision, apparently he just told the showrunner there, oh, it's a sitcom, stick with the sitcom idea. And that was it. So I really do hope that the writing keeps up, because they set the story up completely different from what I thought it was going to be with Sam, and it starts in the beginning. It starts in the beginning of the episode. So yeah, six episodes. First one's really good. I highly suggest checking it out. I want to see what happens with it. I've heard rumors of wokeness, but we'll see. We'll see where they're gonna go with that. Any last thoughts before we move on to another very hilarious subject? I think Fat Steve was looking for something.
I am literally going through my DM list right now going, you're late. You're late. I even talked to them last night and I was just like, you're going to be there, right? Yeah, I'm going to go to bed right now. It's okay. I understand things come up. He's also a family man, and I understand. And probably Keith is probably doing something.
Things happen. All about the He-Man lunchbox. Oh man, that was another one. He-Man and G.I. Joe was another one. G.I. Joe was another one that I remember. Spellman was a producer on Empire. Really?
That's actually not bad.
That explains a lot in a way, actually.
Well, supposedly
really
Gotham
does.
Knights was just announced. It is going to be postponed until 2022.
Gotham Knights.
That was one of the games announced where Batman's dead and everyone's going over it.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. All right. Oh, El Presidente drops a $10 super chat. Thank you so much. He says, pop in to support my awesome Lorena and her producer, Fat Steven. Oh my God, Lorena, you stay having me look over my shoulders. You know, I'm still at work. Either way, honey, you're worth the risk. Oh, well, thank you, Abu Nas. Don't tell anybody watching.
She's black. She's
oh God,
black.
you
She's
went
still
there.
black.
You went there. Thank you so much for the support of my channel and for being a channel member too. I so appreciate that. Let's see. Phil Timothy, I'm sad. This is only getting 6 episodes. Been looking more forward to this show than WandaVision. You know, I think 6-hour episodes is actually going to be pretty good. I didn't like how chopped up it was with WandaVision. I think they put in filler. So if it turns out that they give us these 6 episodes and they're so good that we want more, I think they've done their job. So we'll see. We'll see how
all right. Well, I just got a message. Our guests are showing up. He just pulled in. It's better than pulling out. And he got stuck somewhere with his kid. And I'm hoping Keith is there. Keith is not here.
Okay. No
but
worries.
Gary will be showing up shortly. I do apologize for the lateness, everyone in the chat. But things happen.
Yeah, family. They do. Stuff happens. I was gonna show something, but I think it might be a spoiler. If
I got a spoiler.
I think it might be a spoiler.
I have a great spoiler.
No, you know, if you saw the trailer, it probably won't be one. Oh, what do we here at the Queen's Council, and we are actually going to talk about the Snyder Cut. Oh.
There is now a burp cut, so it's out there on the Queen's Council.
Oh my God! Oh man, that's funny. Ooh. You know what? I'm thinking maybe I'm not going to show it to you guys because it's probably going to be a spoiler. So after you see Falcon and the Winter Soldier, okay, and you see it all the way to the end, the major announcement that they make, then go back to my timeline and look for a comparison picture, and you'll get the joke. I just don't want to spoil it.
Is he in the back yet? Let's
see. Nope. I usually get a little pop-up message when I know he's released the burp cut.
I'm so gonna get killed by Christy. I can feel it now. You notice how adamant she was? Just like, you better clip that other thing, Steven. You better do it right now. I'm like, I can't understand the words coming out of your mouth.
I said burp again. Yeah, that's right. You were on the stream last night. That was funny. Oh, I listened to this today. That burp surprised me while biking to work. Yeah, we didn't expect it either. And even funnier was after she burped, she put herself on camera instead of keeping herself off camera.
I feel kind of bad because I sent the link to Culture and Mexican Iron Man, so we might get random showing up too.
Hey, you know what? It's one of those things where if you don't get there and we send a link out, then you know what?
Well, the reason why I sent him Mexican is because he complains so much that we're not having enough Mexican representation, and then we put him back in the cage, and he doesn't say anything anymore. I'm sorry.
Dude.
But it's a cage of tortillas. He's happy with it.
Oh, well, you know what? While we wait for Gerry to get here, why don't I go ahead and I replied to your tweet. It was literally bothering me all day. Yeah, when I saw that, I had to laugh. I had to laugh at the end. I had to laugh. Let's see here. Okay, we'll just pop this onto Midnight's Edge must have gone live. I love those guys. Andre's my boss, so I can't really say much. They're talking Snyder Cut. So this came through my feed. Actually, Hat Tip to Clownfish TV. I had seen the article first when I was on a ETEP's show on Wednesday. ETEP, the place to be reviews. Check out his channel if you haven't. He's freaking hilarious. If anything, just to hear him do the voice of Cleveland Brown, which is my favorite.
He does great voices. He does awesome voiceovers. Welcome, Max Anderson. Yeah, he does. So this was a little nugget that I hope happens. But with a caveat. So yeah, what a shame. Marla will be upset. This has been a freaking gold mine. If you like to EFAP, I stopped reviewing it because the first episode made me so freaking angry. I was gonna get wrinkles. You can see my review up on my channel. It was like 40 minutes, and I swear people are just like, you got to keep reviewing the show. I'm like, no. No. So it says, courtesy of the small screen, the CW is reportedly planning to cancel Batwoman after season 3. I don't even know how they freaking got a season 3 to begin with. I have no idea. But if the rumors are true and she's going to Superman and Lois, I don't want those writers anywhere near that room. I want them on the other side of the planet, writing subtitles for the Mulan series. If there's one coming, I don't know.
I don't want them anywhere near Superman and Lois.
He's saying link's not working. Hold on.
Oh, it's okay.
There we go. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, Superman and Lois. It's so good. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, which is awful considering. Well, Batwoman was the first CW show I actually broke down and watched, and then I said, "There's no freaking way I'm going back to watching CW again." And then,
about this? Okay, hold on.
What?
There we go. Now I'm ready.
Ready for what? Oh. I'm like, ready what? What are you talking about? I said, I'll try to hold back tears over Batwoman being canceled. They only had, I think, like 2 or 3 episodes of season 2, and then announced that they were renewing it for season 3. So a really funny reaction is, as talking about it, he'll need therapy after enduring 3 seasons. Oh my God. Yeah, poor Az.
Honestly, Az could redo the whole series if he just wears his bat cowl and wig. He could literally make it the Bat Az woman. Just go as his Batwoman and just re-parody every episode.
He could, and I'm tempted to review his reviews of Batwoman, so I don't have to watch.
Wait! You don't do that. That's scripting. Don't do that. You can't review his reviews. Yeah, someone will come after you. They're always watching.
Bring it. Bring it. Let's see. Says, what, you're telling me someone living down by the river that has no training wasn't popular? Yeah, I know, Yeti Cast. Imagine that.
But aren't all ex-drug addicts popular? Isn't that how it works?
I don't know. All I know is it is freaking a gold mine for like hate watch and stuff like that. It's absolutely easy. Superman and Lois is growing into a good show. Yes, it is. Which is why I don't want these heifers anywhere near that show, because it's amazing. And Gerry from Pop Culture Minefield is here with us. How are you doing?
No swearing. You're still muted. You're
muted.
You're still, I don't have the subtitles up.
I always forget the button on my mic.
I've done that too. No worries.
Yeah,
no
just got back from
worries.
doctor. Kid got sick all over, so
I'm sorry.
Oh,
no, it happens. Now, Keith, I don't know. I called him and he's like, "Wait, are we Eastern time?" And I'm like, "No, dude, you're just late." I have an excuse. What's yours?
I vote for an answer. Well, we're glad that you are here. You're here with us.
Well,
It only took you half an hour. It's all good.
Well, 20 minutes. Geez.
Half an hour.
All right, fine. Half an hour.
Thank you,
And
Gary. I love you
Pat
too.
Steven, I love you too, buddy. You are my friend.
Yeah.
No
rice.
Yeah, I have a bromance with Fat Steven. So
he has a lot of those.
Supposedly, I get around like a 7-Eleven chain store.
I'm grateful that you pronounce supposedly correctly. I have so many people here in Missouri that say supposedly or supposedly.
There's
and
no
I'm like,
V in supposedly.
Say
No.
Or V. They put a V in there too, and I'm like, stop it.
Jedi bunny.
but thank you for showing up. Is Keith on his way, or do we have to find a replacement black person?
Oh no, I'm a mime.
He's a
Jedi
mime.
Yo, Keith's on his way. He just has terrible time. Me, I at least I have an excuse.
Yeah, sick kids, they never do plan that except for at the worst possible moment.
Yeah, and and the fun part is, it's like all my children are grown up, but I have a stepdaughter, and I didn't think I'd be raising a kid again. It's awesome. I love it. I could do one last time.
I finally have someone to go downstairs to get the beer for me. It's awesome.
She's feeling better.
No, but no, and it's the first day of spring break too, so it sucks.
Oh
no.
Well, you know what? I remember I got chicken pox during Easter vacation.
Oh my God.
And I was 16. Had never had it before, and it ran through my school. Everyone had got it when they were kids, and I'm the one that got chicken pox, and I looked unrecognizable. And for Easter vacation, I'm like, this freaking sucks.
That really does. With me, because I had chickenpox at some point as a kid, but I don't remember ever having them. And this is what I joke, because I have a bunch of siblings. And I said, I have proof that by the time mom got to me, the last one, that she and dad were crappy parents. And they said, oh, really? What? I said, neither of them remember or know if I ever had chickenpox. But I took care of all my kids who got chickenpox, and I never got it. So I had chickenpox as a kid. Nobody remembered it.
Wow. Chicken pops where Gerry lives. Ha ha ha. That's what my grandma called it. I'm like, what? Is there a cereal called chicken pops or something like that? I don't know what the heck that was.
I'd eat it. That sounds good. Chicken pops and waffles.
But yes, RC from the NYC. Yes, I just want to echo that. Thank you very, very much. Very, very much for your service.
I was a combat medic, and mostly known for my sense of humor.
When does that start?
I don't know.
Okay.
Are we live?
We are. We're doing it live. We're doing it live.
But how many years did you serve as a medic?
I served for 8 years, but
Really?
active service, I only did 2 because we had a kid, my wife and I, and I'm the mom. I like mommying, so I stayed home.
Kept them in stitches.
I had chickenpox on a train. Oh man, that would be awful because I've been on train trips.
Yeah, I just do. I worked for a defense contractor, so I talked to a lot of military. Some guys who had already been deployed, and they would tell me, just how important the combat medic was to their unit.
Well, I took a lot of that very seriously. I loved my guys, and the sense of humor really helped a lot. you know, I was like a kind of a dad. I was older than everybody. I went in.
Oh, wow.
I was like John Winger from Stripes. I went in at 26. In fact, the day before I went in, my buddy and I watched Stripes. I'm like, I'm really doing this, and I'm like, oh my god, I am the same age as the character, not Bill Murray because he was in his 30s, but his character was 26, and I'm like, I'm the same age, and it was a weird experience for me. I was older than everybody. I was older than my drill sergeant, and we ended up becoming like friends. It was really weird because I'm an artist, as you know, and I did a caricature of him because he looked like J.J. Walker from Good Times, and his lips, he had giant lips, and when he would run, his mouth was slightly agape. He would run, but his lips would stay exactly in the same place, and I'd watch his teeth, and I was like, how do you do that? I was fascinated by this guy, and then he started living in the barracks with us because his wife kicked him out, and I did that caricature of him saying, can I say ass here?
Yes,
he says,
allowed.
He says, I'm going to boomerang your ass, was what he would tell us when he was about to kick all of our asses. And so I did this caricature of him, and I loved it. And I had to run and get some stuff because I was doing a mural for our barracks. And when I got back with all my gear, everybody yells, yo, Drill Sarge, look for you. You got that drawing. I'm like, didn't get that drawing. One of you idiots would have had to have given it to him. He got your drawing. And I'm like, and then I hear the word echo, which is the drill sergeant yells at, so everybody in the barracks repeats whatever he says. And then at Private Cassell report, and I'm like, oh, that's it. I'm gonna get smoked. And getting smoked in the military means someone's gonna walk you outside and make you do push-ups and set-ups until you can't walk. And I had it happen once. They had to carry me in. And I'm expecting it, and instead he calls me into the office where he's living now. He's living on the sofa. He's like, relax. And I'm like, yes, sir, what is it? And he's like, you draw this? And I'm like, heart's just pounding in my chest. I'm like, oh my God, yes, I made fun of you. Yes, I made fun of you. And he goes, that's really good. Do you draw kids? I'm like, yeah, I do portraiture. That was what I did for a living. And he's like, I want you to draw my kids. Will you do that? And I'm like, yes, I'll pay you. And I'm like, no, just don't kill me.
Did he just swear?
Who just swear?
I don't know. It's like Sean said he just swore. Sean Crummell in the chat.
I don't really consider ass to be a swear word.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about because that's what he said.
I'm actually really wondering in your first days of school. I'm stealing Lorena's question.
Yeah, you can steal it. Hold on one second. Hey, Keith, how you doing?
Finally, we got our. Wait. This is segregation. We have 2 blacks and 2 whites on opposite sides. What is this?
No.
You want me to switch you?
I'm Murtaugh. He's Riggs.
First of all, let me just. I apologize. There is no reason for me to just. I have no real. I'm an idiot.
No, you're not. Stuff happens. You're human, Keith.
You're here.
It is a distinct pleasure to be on with you guys. So.
Oh, likewise. Glad we could have you guys on the show. Awesome.
I'm honored. I'm honored anybody wants me on anything. I mean, look. This is gonna sound, look. Gerry really is the star. He's been doing this a lot longer than I have. I'm more of the fan that got lucky. So I'm lucky. Got lucky. I'm lucky to know him. I'm lucky to be friends with him, and I'm lucky really to know talented people such as yourself, Lorena, and definitely Fat Steven. So
thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Well, thank you.
But I wouldn't actually be here with the lunch table if it wasn't for Lorena actually giving me that chance. So I'm kind of like in the same boat in the reversal of the skin colors because I'm going there for the joke. But
when I met you, you terrified me.
Me?
Yes, I have ADD, and you.
Me too.
You started talking, and I was just like, I couldn't even operate anymore. they would go, "What do you think, Gary?" And I'm like staring at Steven Seagal's avatar, and I'm like, "What the hell is going on? Why is
That's
he
why I didn't
moving?
use it today. Yeah.
I can't.
Oh, the rigging.
I don't know anything anymore." But he's become, he and Yeti are and Doc are my closest friends on the internet, and I love hanging out with them, spending hours, not even doing a show, just talking in in StreamYard, just talking, and it's like, and then we joke going, "Wow, we had a show just now and didn't air it."
Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Well, let's ask you the baseline question. Yeah, we're gonna eventually get there. So, Steven, you want the pizza question or you want the other first question?
I forget the first question, so
Okay.
I'll just
Don't mind me. I'm going to enjoy my tasty beverage.
Tasty beverage.
No product placement. What is this?
So for both of you guys, what are your earliest memories of? Well, we'll say your best memories of lunchtime at school, or is it earliest lunchtime at school?
I mean, I remember all the way back as a child, but I think my favorite memories was middle school. The producer of our show is also my childhood best friend. And I remember two occasions, one where we're in line for lunch and he says, "Hey, Gary, cross your eyes." And so I crossed my eyes. Mm-hmm. And he slaps me really hard on the back of the head and then looks at me. He's like, "Nope, they didn't stick."
Oh,
and my revenge to him was chili day, where do you guys remember what chili was like in school in the big bowl, and it would get that thick skin on top as it was cooling,
I
like pudding.
Yeah.
And Jim got up to go get a snack, and I started siphoning milk into my straw, and I pushed it all the way down to the bottom of that skin into the bottom of the bowl of his chili, and I blew the milk into the bottom of the bowl. And then I did it another time and did it again, and then took a napkin and dabbed up the milk that was on the top of his chili. And when he came back and sat down, he went to break the surface of his chili with a spoon, and all of a sudden, this lava flow of milk came up out of his chili. I've always been a jerk. And all my closest friends are. Keith, what are yours, buddy?
I have a lot of early memories, but if I want one that can compete with that one, I think my favorite is lunchtime from high school. My brother and I and a group of our friends would always try to make sure to sit together. Mm-hmm. And
he's got awesome brothers, by the way.
You know how young men at that age are always trying to one-up each other, trying to do goofy stuff.
Oh, of course.
And somehow the conversation took a turn to where we started piling food onto one particular plate, creating a mishmash of everything that all of us were having. And then it came down to who was going to actually be brave enough to take a bite of the collected amount of cash from our pockets, which we were able to basically put together almost $20. So who was going to eat at least half that plate?
Uh-huh.
I can definitely say with pride in my voice that it definitely wasn't me. But that was a man that decided to stand his ground and take that plate and eat half of it before he decided to hurl right then and there. And
yikes.
Look, young boys will do.
I know. And that's usually when, all the girls at the table are just like, "Oh, God,
yes,
so disgusting."
And again, you in high school, you find yourself looking at the opposite sex going, "Oh yeah, baby, oh yeah." But when you get into that, when you start getting these young boys together and they start basically cohabitating in each other's minds, even the strangest, stupidest stuff, will sound absolutely normal at that moment. And so that's all I got to say. It's my defense is my maleness.
I know. I have had the misfortune, or whatever, when I had to sit in a health class composed of half the guys from the football team, and they're just talking up stuff, and I'm just like, that is the dumbest freaking plan. It's so stupid. It just might work. It just might freaking work.
So that's it. It's a wonder I've made it to the age that I am, because I've often found myself in the center of many plans like that, and I'm beginning to wonder, is it me?
Yeah,
I don't know. It is okay.
No,
well,
I don't know. I just wanted to say, yeah. I just feel like I haven't talked about that.
But you don't have any good stories if you don't do stuff like that, you know.
Well, considering my family, we've got quite a few good stories.
Yeah, he is a twin brother, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the funny thing is, every time he does a show with any of us, even Gary, he always has to apologize to his family about 3 or 4 times during the stream.
They watch.
And then he has to text his parents and be like, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. You say that every week. Well, you keep watching every week, so I got to keep apologizing.
My sister and my brother-in-law watch my show. Occasionally she'll pop in here, and it'll get to the point where she's like, okay, I tried to hang in there, but y'all got a little too nerdy for me, so I had to kind of like tap out. I'm like, okay, fine. And then I have like a twin niece and nephew who are like 4, and then another niece who's like about 6. For some reason they think if they see me on YouTube that I can see them too. So they're like, hi, Auntie, hi. They're just like, she can't see you or like hear you or anything like that. So even on Florida streams, sometimes I'm like, oh God, okay, I'm gonna have to apologize to my family for this later. But they think it's hilarious. They're just like, no one wants to hear about the boring stuff. I said, oh, you have no idea how fascinated some people are with it. It's just, yeah. Wait till I talk about on a Florida stream about the Catfish Festival. That's gonna be fun to talk about.
Are you down? Where are you located? What state?
I am in Pennsylvania, actually.
Oh wow!
But
you're East Coast right now.
Yeah, I'm East Coast. I was born here, raised here. Hated how cold it was here, and somehow wound up back here after living in Florida and California. But yeah, my mother's family is from Florida, so I spent a lot of time there. Summers,
Pennsylvania, huh?
There, yeah.
I'm actually originally from Ohio, and
I was wondering when that was going to pop in there.
Ohio State.
Come on, man. Come on.
He always brings up being from Ohio, and I always say something bad about Ohio.
It could be worse. You could have gone to Pitt.
Wait, is Ohio the state of the goats?
Ohio's the state that gave us Steven Spielberg.
I'm sorry.
Ohio is the state of confusion.
Ohio,
California.
Ohio is the state that originally, where they gave us the original Central City that you see in comics. Ohio is also the home to the real home of the Justice League.
It's true. It's true. The building that's in the show and in the comics.
It's based on a real building.
Ohio's greatest export is being next to Illinois.
God. Oh, jeez.
We're not going to talk about Cleveland unless you guys want to say at least we're not Detroit.
Can we quote the song that Cleveland rocks?
Cleveland. Let me at least defend Cleveland by saying, it is the home of Superman. So,
yep,
it is. You can't have Superman without Cleveland.
The guys who wrote it are from there.
That's right. You have to be a real nerd to know that trivia.
Come on.
I had a question for both of you, though. Like, you guys were pretty much at lunch stirring milk chili and all that stuff and throw up. But do you guys remember what types of pizza you guys had back at those times? Was it the square or the full
we had
slice?
Both the square as well as pizza burgers.
Oh, that's not fair. You can't have pizza burgers.
Yeah, it was the little squares all the way through middle school, and then when we hit high school, it was basically like leftover sloppy joes on a bun with cheese melted on top of it. So they called it pizza burger.
That's like putting pepperoni and cheese on a bagel and throwing it in the oven, going, "Here, you want your pizza bagel?" What is this?
Yeah. Now, I wanted to point out that I have the strangest upbringing because I was born in Illinois, raised in Phoenix, Arizona. Mm-hmm. My dad kidnapped me at age 9 and fled from Arizona to the East Coast, and I was raised from the age 9 into adulthood in Virginia. And and to this day, I consider Virginia my home, but I still love Arizona too, and Illinois. But being on the East Coast, because it's just down state down from where you were raised, we got Maryland between us. It was really weird because, man, the winters were weird. I was used to 70 degrees in Phoenix, and then all of a sudden I'm in Virginia, and it's like it snows here deep. My face hurts from the cold.
It's just like you go outside and your face freezes in position, which is funny
because there's so much humidity on the East Coast that when you walk out, it's a biting cold. And because like I was stationed up in Washington in the Army, and they get cold up there, and everybody complained. I'm like, yeah, but it's a nice cold. It doesn't bite. Walk outside and you get snot frozen. That was what growing up on the East Coast was. At least in my opinion.
Well, then you get the those Florida memories. And it's hot and sticky and yeah. But it's interesting. We would leave tri-state area driving south, and it's like you get into Virginia. Okay, it actually feels a bit warmer going through Virginia. a little bit,
Yeah, did you ever go to Virginia Beach or any of that? Norfolk?
I have been to Norfolk. I have been to Virginia Beach. Which was
Norfolk Beach is actually really nice, despite the weird sand.
Like beaches have sand?
Yeah, it's a brown sand, and it looks more like dirt, but it's sand. But it looks like dirt, but it is sand.
It is sand. That's all up and down the East Coast, even like the East Coast of Florida, the beaches, because I think
the sand gets nicer the further south you get.
Yeah, if you go on the other side, like the Gulf Coast of Florida, that's where the nice, fine, powdery sand is. On the Atlantic coast, it's like watch where you step, kind of, cut your feet. Trying to go through there. Yeah. But Stephen, do you have another question to ask? I was going to ask.
How did you guys meet, and how much therapy was Keith in for?
I feel bad for Keith often because I lean on our friendship, and I didn't want to do the show. It is something that people kept telling me I should do. I did some promos and I wasn't interested in doing it. I don't like being alone on the camera. I'm an introvert.
You're alone on camera right now.
Shut up, Steve. But and the joke is, I always make a joke about it because I was a guest artist at VisionCon in Springfield, Virginia, and this big, tall, handsome black man walks up to me, and I'm like, "I'd like me a piece of that." And
Bill Cosby?
Yeah, Bill Cosby. Jeez, how did you know this story? No, it was Keith. Keith walked up and I looked at him, and I lie. This is what I always lie and say. I'm like, I don't have any black friends. Will you be my black friend? But Keith and I had this conversation, and I'm like, I dig this dude. Him and Dave, he knows who Dave is. You guys don't need to, but he was one of the other guys there working at VisionCon because they both worked at VisionCon, and I'm like, both these guys are cool. But Keith, I gravitated towards. And later we would do a panel together at a convention, and we were only supposed to do like 1 hour. And all of a sudden, we took over the entire convention, and it went over 2 hours. Everybody was supposed to do a panel. We're like, no, you keep going. You two are fun to watch.
Wow.
And so we did almost a 3-hour panel of just talking about the state of Star Trek, the state of Star Wars, what's going on, why this happens. Because
just two old guys talking about everything. I mean, with a lot of these young kids, at least back then, to mention a show like Space 1999 and to talk about how cool that was,
Oh, wow.
and to talk about early Doctor Who, not the current.
Yeah, because my doctor was Tom Baker, and
and to talk, it's just from our point of view of seeing things from both.
It's the whole nerd
TV and
we would talk, and that's what we would talk about. And people were like, "You guys need to do a show," and I'm like, "But I don't want to." So I wanted him to be on camera, and I would direct, and I'll just sit behind the camera. Occasionally, I'll say stuff, off camera, but I couldn't get him motivated, so finally we just did it.
You want to know the ironic thing about this, though? I was going to do a show a few years before we ended up doing ours. I did another show before this one.
Yeah, with Hawk Holman.
And but I mean, there was one before that I was going to do, and I had the exact same idea. I had two people in mind to actually host the show, and I would run the show from behind the scenes because I didn't want to be on camera. I was more of the facts and figures guy, and I would just feed them all that stuff to make them kind of, be smarter on camera because I like the feeling of control. And so there's a little bit of that Gary and I have in common, so.
Yeah, it's like what I found fascinating is that what I don't know, he knows. And so I learn a lot from Keith. And in fact, he changed my mind about Zack Snyder because I didn't like him after Man of Steel. And, and it was explained to me that Zack wasn't the bad guy here, it was Warner Brothers.
Yeah, it for things like that, or for certain subjects, behind the scenes of Star Trek, classic Star Trek going into Next Generation for, shows like even Super Friends. I remember learning that because my parents, we moved from Ohio to where I am currently living when I was 10.
Okay.
And I learned not even 2 years ago that Hanna-Barbera had sold everything to a company in Ohio towards the end of the 60s. And that this company was located in Cincinnati, and that's the reason why when they made the Super Friends cartoon, that the Hall of Justice looks like their old train station downtown, because the new headquarters for Hanna-Barbera was in Cincinnati, Ohio. And the artist that was in charge of helping to design the look of the Super Friends cartoon decided to base the Hall of Justice on this train station that was in downtown Cincinnati, that you can go visit right now and stand outside the Hall of Justice and pose and do whatever.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's it. I loved watching reruns of the Super Friends. That's why I would joke that with the current DCEU, like I'm an MCU person, so the DCEU didn't really quite interest me. I saw Man of Steel, was not happy with it. Was not happy with it, at all. Like kind of like tuned out. Wasn't interested. Didn't see Batman versus Superman. Didn't see Justice League that time. So I happened to see an ad for Aquaman, and who is cast as Aquaman but Jason Momoa? And I'm like, well, okay, so before he got casted, they said, oh, we're going to make an Aquaman movie. I'm like, the guy who would ride in on dolphins on the Super Friends, the guy
on giant seahorses,
who was like the last person they freaking called, the guy that they clowned on SpongeBob SquarePants. I'm like, you're gonna make a movie out of the guy who talks to fish. Okay, sure. And then Jason Momoa gets cast. I'm like, okay, now you have my attention. Now you have my attention, which was fun.
And a lot of ladies like you. That's what helped that movie get to $1 billion.
Oh, heck yeah.
course it did.
Heck yeah. Shirtless Jason Momoa freaking sells. And if you don't think he doesn't, you're lying to yourself. You are
Have you had a
freaking
chance to
lying.
meet him?
Yes.
He is fun, isn't he? He is just.
Where did you meet Jason Momoa? Did you meet him? Where?
Kansas City, Planet Comic-Con.
Yeah,
the
he
second
meets everybody.
Was this when he was in Stargate?
No.
No, it wasn't that long
this
ago.
It was not that long ago. Planet Comic-Con is one of the 2 or 3 biggest conventions in the Midwest, and it's in Kansas City, and they got Jason Momoa. And let me tell you something. Jason is just one of those guys that women want to be with him, men want to be like him and hang out with him. I saw him, or who I thought was him, from a distance. And as I got closer, turns out that wasn't Jason. Jason was the slightly smaller guy sitting in front of this big dude that looked like 3 of Jason put together. I mean, big dude. Whoever was his bodyguard for that looked like Jason from a distance, but huge. Yeah. I mean, big. Not fat, just big.
Yeah.
And so Jason, while he was in Kansas City, decided, he was up there signing autographs. Somebody threw him a Kansas City Chiefs jersey. He took off his shirt, put the jersey on, and kept that on. And he could have run for mayor right then and there and would have won in Kansas City.
Oh my gosh. He is so much freaking fun.
I know.
I remember I first met him at a convention in California. I don't like creation conventions, but anyway. Met him out there. It was the first time I met him, and he was on Stargate. He was on Stargate Atlantis, and he's freaking huge.
Yeah, he is.
He was freaking huge, and I love that convention because when I got up to ask him a question and he's talking, he basically let it drop that he was available. In so many words, because he'd actually mentioned, my former girlfriend. I'm like, oh, y'all broke up. Uh-oh. Nice to know.
And as most women say, traded up.
Yeah. I'm like,
that's like ringing a massive bell at a convention and saying, "Come and get him, come and get him."
For years, I forget who his girlfriend was at the time, and the fan chicks in the message boards would go nuts, like, "No, he's dating so and so. They're together." I'm like, not according to what I heard at this convention that I was at, and he told me to his face. And it was just hilarious. I freaking love that. But he was the nicest guy. And I have to go dig up that picture because people think I'm lying. I need to go find that.
Oh, you know what? I could just hang with this guy. I mean, he's the kind of guy that he would be the most fun hanging out with at a bar. He'd be the most fun hanging out with at a boring
Guinness,
meeting.
So I'm cool with it.
Yeah. That whole axe throwing thing. It's like, I've never wanted to throw axes, but if he told me let's go throw axes and drink, I'm there. Let's go throw axes and drink.
I think it's so good to talk about the fun parts of fandom, because lately it's just like people seem to forget, how much fun, fandom. I will say yes, how fandom used to be. Like, you would go to conventions and you'd have geek arguments with people, but at the end of the day, you guys were, all fans, and you just had a great time enjoying together this, the stuff that you love to talk about.
I think a lot of it is the fact that everything has changed so quickly. The how quickly technology has changed. Mm-hmm. Definitely the internet has changed everything. And before all of that, you'd just be happy to find one person who was into some of the geeky things you were into. Mm-hmm. Now, because of technology, you not only can find your tribe, you could technically be with them almost 24/7 through the use of technology. Mm-hmm. So we get kind of comfortable. Mm-hmm. And it is within that realm that once you get comfortable, I mean, it's the same attitude that some people have going to the movies nowadays. It used to be you'd go to the movies and have a good time, and everybody, would pay attention to the rules, which is no talking during the film. Don't act like you at your house. No people taking off their shoes or putting their feet up on different. You wouldn't have hardly any of that.
Yeah.
Now you get people to go to the movie theater acting like they in their living room, taking off stuff. I mean, there's one dude I saw that took off his shoes and acted like he was like in his living room, put his feet up, and I'm going, dude, really? It's amazing to me. It's amazing to me. But you're right. Things have changed, and I'm at least very thankful that I can at least remember a time when people could discuss things like, hey, what would it be like if there actually was a Starship Enterprise? If you were to beam on the Enterprise, what would be the first thing you'd do?
Turn on the sonar in space.
I would want to know what their bathrooms look like. I would go to. Can I get to the bathroom?
Oh, it would look like the theater Keith was mentioning. You'd get in there, you have some guy with his feet up on the wall, sitting on the stall, going, "Hey, how's it going?"
It'd be stuff like that, or what we loved about shows like Speed Racer, or what your favorite Godzilla film was, or do you think you could actually, invent a robot as cool as Astro Boy, again, I'm old, so a lot of my references to a lot of you young cats out there, these are kind of old references. So get out the Google and just start typing this stuff in. Trust me, it's cool. Keith, Johnny Sacco and his flying robot.
Keith, do you think they kind of did that though with the Astro Boy when they introduced Battle Angel Alita? Because technically that is a new form of Astro Boy in a way, but it's the female kind.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'm still surprised at how far back some people don't go.
Yeah.
When you talk about things like the recent Man from U.N.C.L.E. movie, not a lot of people did a lot of research on that. And you got to understand, there were still people that were kind of surprised they did it. I was one of them. And yet, I'm the same cat that is like, I'm surprised, but I'm not that surprised because they went ahead and made a Bewitched movie. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised they haven't made a Gilligan's Island movie yet.
Well, because the ending is they never get off. So.
I am surprised they never did that. That's
they
were an I Dream of Jeannie movie.
The closest we got to that was the Castaways movie, where the cast of the show came back, except for the Tina Louise wouldn't come back. They got someone else to play Ginger.
Oh yeah, that was the one where they got off the island, but they wanted.
Yeah, they did two special movies. Yep.
Yeah,
and they finally got off the island.
They've done Brady Bunch. That one got a movie.
Oh,
and it's, in my opinion, that is one of the single best adaptations of a TV show. I like Starsky and Hutch, but I didn't like I Spy. I Spy was bad. That could have been terrible.
I skipped that one.
Yeah,
you're right to do so.
I didn't.
So again, it's just what, Hollywood needs help. If you're going to go down this road, you need to know something about what you're adapting. And this whole thing where, we're going to adapt a TV show, but you don't really have to know too much about it. It's like, I beg to differ.
It's insulting is what I tell people, because it used to be that if you were told, we'll say 10 years ago, okay, guess what? You're going to reboot the A-Team. All right, well, you need to go and get me all the old episodes. I'm just going to sit there, lock myself in a room. We're going to watch it all. And that's, the source that we're going to use.
And I oddly enjoyed that film.
I did too. I really liked it. I wish
actually worked on the comic
cigars
book
in there, but yeah.
I forgot that. You did work on the comic for that.
Yeah, my daughter, Zoe, Keith knows my daughter real well. She was so angry that we had to pay to see the movie. You worked on the comic. Get him free. But I want to point out that one actor shared 3 TV adaptations, and that's Will Ferrell. And I didn't like any of the 3 he was in: Starsky and Hutch, Land of the Lost, and then he was in another one. I can't remember what it is, but there was Bewitched. I hated all 3 of those movies.
Wait, Ferrell was in Starsky and Hutch?
Yeah, he's a prisoner. He's the guy that they go to.
Oh yeah, he was. I was trying to get him to make out and do weird stuff.
Yeah,
you're a dragon. Just be a sexy dragon.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah,
you're on fire.
Do it.
I would love if they remade the Jeffersons, but they would not have the stones to do that.
I don't.
Well, they should, but they should make it all white people and totally do the race swap on it. I would love it.
Well, actually, that already happened with. They did the Honeymooners. They made a Honeymooners movie and race swapped it.
Yeah, and I said no, and I'm gonna.
To me, the Honeymooners. You can't easily do considering the time.
You have to make it a period piece.
Yeah,
because some of the shit he says to her.
Oh,
yeah,
jeez.
You cannot have that as modern.
You really can't.
We call that problematic.
Oh, one of these days, Alice.
And to me, making it a black woman, I don't know any black woman that would have taken that. She would have like, "What you gonna do? What are you gonna do?"
No,
most of them are actually carrying, so I would be kind of terrified.
Yeah, we're not going, without the piece of steel, and I got a piece of steel right here. Oh, that was from Medea, that movie. She's like, yeah, I got my favorite Bible verse, peace be still, and I got a piece of steel right here. She pulled a gun out of her.
That'd be a weird first date.
It is. It's amazing, though. Again, Hollywood needs just a little help. I'm not saying that they totally are bad. But they do need help if you're going to spend a lot of money and time. Mm-hmm. I mean, they've made Car 54 into a movie. They've done The Addams Family.
Herbie and the Love Bug.
So a lot of the shows I grew up watching on reruns have already become movies, come and gone, quickly. And
although the Addams Family remake was actually pretty good.
It was.
The first two were really good.
Yeah, the first two. The last one, but the first two I really liked. I miss Hollywood when it was run by coked out studio heads. Actually,
that sounds
like he'll be right with you. Why? He's currently looking at a script right now.
I miss Don Simpson. I mean, movie like Con Air. How much coke do you have to smoke to come up with that?
I know it. I miss those days myself. I mean, yes, it's bad to say that it took drug addicts and sex fiends to make some pretty cool films, but you know what? It worked.
But it did. Like, I don't know if you guys know Cameron Pasha. I've had him on my show. He's
he's going to be on our show too.
Yeah. Ask him about Hollywood and coked out studio execs and ask him to tell you the story about Don Simpson. That's all I'm going to say. Have him tell you the story. But he basically said the same thing. It's like they were just, taking risks, coming up with all this stuff with all of this energy. And it just seems like Hollywood just they don't take risks anymore. They don't.
Joel Silver is another one.
It's the drugs that got me to step away from comedy back in the 80s, because I was doing stand-up and before I went in the Army. And I was like, I opened for the band the Fabulous Thunderbirds, and I'd never seen so much cocaine in my life. And they kept I'm like this good Catholic kid, I had a foul mouth, and my humor is wackadoodle, but I'm like, I don't do drugs. And they're like, hey man, what's coke? And I'm like, no. Is that an option? No.
Man, try living in Florida and every other day on the news there's some coke bust to the point where the only thing people are thinking like, oh, that's a small amount.
That's not very much at all.
And the DEA confiscated. We need to have something a little bigger. Well, folks, we need to start wrapping up, but we're so grateful that Gerry and Keith could drop in with us. So please do subscribe to their YouTube channel. We also have their social media links in the description box of the video. So subscribe to them on YouTube. You can follow them over on Twitter. And you know what, guys? We will have to have you back in another.
Most definitely. We will. This will be a long thing. But Yeah. So,
Absolutely, because this is kind of like a bottle type of show where we have like a hard stop. What do we? Oh, thank you for putting that up, Steve.
I would also like to tell everyone in the chat as well as the panel. Tomorrow we will have Orsborg, Kashyyyk Queen, Stone Cold Loki _ Purple Valkyrie, myself, and Reina Creole doing a online Gem City Comic Con panel tomorrow. So we will actually have our first Comic Con as actual panelists. This is my first. What about you guys?
It's my first. I was just shocked to get approached to do it. I'm like, me? Really? Okay.
And that all comes on the favor of Amanda, honestly. I think Amanda, I can't forget the initials right, AGP, but she has a Twitch. I will promote it later. She is a wonderful woman. She's going to be on in the future in an upcoming episode, and this opportunity is all because of her, I believe. And I met her through Drunk, so we're all connected in a way. Absolutely. But this is going to be exciting.
Yeah,
I've never been to Gem City.
Hey, Matt, how you doing? Yeah, it's dropped it for a little bit.
Hey, before we go, I thought I'd show the book that's supposed to come out this year. Okay. It is the republishing of Code Word Geronimo. I got the rights back from IDW 2 years ago, and I drew a whole new cover. This is the new cover.
Oh, nice.
And it is the best-selling graphic novel I did for IDW. It outsold All Hail Megatron, Transformers. And it's about the Navy SEALs taking down bin Laden, and it was written by Captain Dale Dye and his wife, Julia, close friends of mine. They're also my bosses. And they, of course, Dale Dye is the guy behind, the military advisor behind Saving Private Ryan, Platoon, Band of Brothers, just one of the top, Mission Impossible. He's one of the top military advisors in Hollywood. And I just happened to work for him, and I asked him to write the script. And because I created the idea of the book, like literally the week that we killed bin Laden. I'm like, a buddy of mine I was doing a graphic novel for, you know what would really be neat? I'm like, what's that? He goes, somebody do a graphic novel about taking down bin Laden. I went, So there's actually a thank you to him, but I gave him no money.
Well,
this is the new edition. I redrew a lot of the artwork because we were kind of inaccurate with some of the depictions of the helicopters, and because we didn't know what the stealth helicopter looked like when I did the book. Now we do. So I went in and redrew all the helicopters. I redrew some of the combat, and it's going to be a much more accurate version of the story.
Oh,
so,
cool.
But anyway, you can throw up what you were going to throw up again. I just wanted to share that artwork.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. No, I just have you guys YouTube page that was up, but that was pretty much
yeah, we got a live show coming up here in about an hour.
Oh,
and
Two old guys and a thought.
Yeah, it's some guy named Fat Steven Seagal will be there.
I will be grifting free money and stealing content daily. So give me your videos. I will react to them, but never talk. It's called the Charlie Chaplin React.
Yeah, well, Yeti Cast will be there.
Okay, so let me do the rundown. So you guys in about an hour, so that's going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern. Culture is going to be running his show, Culture Casino, at 3 p.m. Eastern. Then, before I keep going, thank you so much, Zach7, for becoming a member of my channel. I appreciate that. Thank you so very much.
Somebody got paid today.
Thank you. And let's see, 5:30 or whenever Gary hits the button is Friday Night Tights. Other Gary. Oh, that's right. Other Gary. Or Roddy's Other Gary.
It's actually an inside joke on our show. They'll bring it up, and I'm like, I didn't do that. And they're like, no, the other Gary.
So the other Gary from Friday Night Tights, once he hits that button, it should be 5:30, 6 o'clock-ish, but probably more closer to 5:30. So Young Ripa's going to be their special guest on tonight. So that's going to be a lot of fun. It's gonna be juicy. And also, do not forget, at about 10:30, I believe 10:30 Eastern.
That might be postponed. We're
Might be
waiting to
postponed.
hear, but Ord's Boards, yes.
Okay.
His normal Mario Kart stream, it's still up in the air. I just
Oh,
got
okay.
confirmation. So.
Okay, so hopefully that'll happen. If not, definitely check out Ord's Boards' channel. So you guys, thank you so very much
Well,
for
thanks for
hanging
having
out
us.
with us.
Yeah, Lorena, you fantastic. You're fantastic.
Oh, well, thank you.
And I'm
Thank
chopped liver. Thanks a
you.
lot.
Oh,
You're
Bat
okay,
Steven, you
I
know,
didn't even know.
you
Yeah.
know you're all good.
I need to
You're my
grift
favorite
compliments.
non-coked out personality.
But we
You're
will
my favorite black
definitely-
friend.
We would definitely have to have you guys back at a later date to talk more
Sure.
more pop culture stuff. So folks, have a great weekend and we will see you soon. Thanks so much for coming. Thanks for all the support and super chats. Bye.
Give me money.
Action
Give me
goes
money.
to Star
Give me money.
Trek and not Star Wars. Bye.
Give me that money. Give me that money. Give me that money. I grift.